Hello, hello. Welcome to Healthy Perspectives, a podcast that takes on current cultural and social issues through a clinical lens. All right, hello. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your time. We know your time is valuable, so we are going to get after it today. And today I've got this may be my most controversial, yet clinically the most sound podcast I may have ever done. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you somebody who sucks at their job. I know I'm trying to be more positive, but I'm going to give you a solution, which matters. Okay. So stay with me. Ultimately, what's coming here today is I'm going to help you see a clinical pathway to solving this polarization and division that we're dealing with in the United States. It'll solve it. It came to me with a moment of clarity and bam, I know you need it. So I'm giving it to you. So I'm going to make an assessment on how to correct this. That's what I'm doing. So stick with me. Let's go down the pathway. Here's the options. This is what we're being told, at least. Here's the options. The Democrats win. Option number 2, the Republicans win. Option number 3, the Democrats lose. Option number 4, the Republicans lose. Option number 5, both win. Only we hardly ever hear about that. And option number 6, they both lose. So we're playing the win-lose game. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to show you a way out of this. So hang with me. This is an interesting ride. And I'm going to do it all through the lens of showing you somebody who sucks at their job. But there's a twist here, folks. Stick around long enough and you're going to see the twist. It's not you who you are thinking right now that sucks at their job, who you are thinking sucks at their job as I go. It may shift everything, every stinking thing. Okay. So now I introduce you to somebody who sucks at their job. I'm going to introduce you to somebody you know well, and this is going to be really polarizing, but it's a great current example of somebody who sucks at their job. Letitia James. I don't know her. I don't know her personally. She may be a great person. She may be an awful person. I really don't care. She sucks at her job. Now, how do I know that with conviction, with certainty that she sucks at her job? It's really easy, folks. It's super easy. You know what I did? I did what I'm about to do for you. I am going to paint you how I know she sucks at her job. Are you ready? I went onto Google. I know, Google. And I typed in Attorney General job description, New York. And you know what I found? I found a job opening for the Assistant Attorney General. I also found the job description for, that's right, the Attorney General. So watch, stay with me long enough. You're going to see this. The qualifications for the assistant. Let's start with that. The Assistant Attorney General makes $81,882 a year working full time. This was posted 3 days ago, folks. This was posted. Why is this being posted? Because apparently they need an assistant for the Attorney General in New York right now, this very moment, right now, today. Why? Oh, because the Attorney General is busy prosecuting one case. That's right. The Attorney General is busy prosecuting one case. Now, we'll get back to that. So let's go down the qualifications: excellent legal analysis, legal writing and editing and oral advocacy skills, strong organizational, interpersonal, blah, blah, blah. The job description, minimum qualifications. The minimum qualifications for the assistant attorney general position: a minimum of 3 years of postgraduate legal experience with a focus on civil litigation experience, including engaging in discovery, motion. They want somebody who's competent in a courtroom. Excellent legal analysis, strong organization, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, you can access this, folks. You don't need me to access this, but do you? No, actually, you probably don't. Why? Because the attorney general was an elected position, right? That's my understanding. So you selected this person. Okay, go on. In addition to the public officers, law requires that attorneys in the office be citizens of the United States. 2 years. Okay, so it goes on and on. More generally, the Civil Rights Bureau enforces federal, state, and local laws, and so on. Okay, that position is open right now. You think you qualify? Go get the job. Have fun with that. Because the Attorney General, Letitia James, right now at the office of New York, this is what she is responsible for. Are you ready for this? She is responsible for, hold on a second. Being the overseer. The Attorney General serves the public interest of New Yorkers in matters affecting their daily lives, enforcing laws to protect consumers, tenants, patients, workers, investors, and charitable donors. Which, by the way, who falls into that? Anybody who declares New York their home. Which, by the way, I know you're going to hate this part, but maybe not. Maybe you're going to love this part. That means Donald Trump, too. Ooh, ouch. Sorry, Letitia. But guess what? You're attacking one citizen. Now, maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. But are you considering your responsibility to every citizen? I doubt it. And I'll explain why. I got evidence for you here, folks. So don't get too excited. The office also coordinates statewide civil and criminal investigations, promoting economic and social justice, encouraging harm, reducing public health strategies, and preserving the state's environment. While the Attorney General acts independently of the governor, hold on to that, folks, because I got something for you later. The governor or a state agency may request the Attorney General to undertake specific criminal investigations and prosecutions. The Attorney General's authority also includes the activities and investigations of the Organized Crime Task Force and Medicaid Fraud Control Unit. The office employs 1,700 staff, including investigators, analysts, scientists, forensic accountants, legal assistants, support staff, and over 700 assistant attorney generals, attorneys general, serving in over 24 locations across the state, which is why you can get a job if you want to be the assistant attorney general in New York right now. There's over 700 of them. Okay, do the math just real quick, just for fun. This is just for fun. Little sidestep. 700 people at, I'm doing this on my calculator, 700 people, because it's over 700, at 88,000 a year, $61,600,000 a year, just for the 700 assistant attorneys general. Yikes, folks. That's New York for you. $61 million for the 700 plus assistant attorneys general. Okay, What does that mean, folks? I mean, this was a sidebar. I honestly did not plan on doing this, but I just did. $61 million. And how's the crime going in New York right now, folks? I didn't plan this part out, but I happen to know from other research I was doing on other topics, not so good. There's a lot of crime going on in New York. Wouldn't you think $61 million worth of employees could, I don't know, make a dent in some of that? Oh, it could, but it doesn't, because no offense, I don't know her as a person, but Letitia sucks at her job. The Department of Law Divisions, let me give you that. I'm getting back on track here. This is what Letitia James is tasked to oversee: administration, criminal justice, economic justice, executive, regional offices, social justice, solicitor general, and state counsel. Those are the departments. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 departments. 8 departments. And they all report to Letitia James. Now, that's cool. I mean, I understand how hierarchy works. I was in the military. Hierarchy is like ingrained in us in the military. And I've been in other positions as well. I've even worked for the state, not New York, but 2 states, actually, if I'm going to be transparent. So I understand how hierarchy works. But here's the thing. The Attorney General right now is tasked to oversee 8 departments while she is prosecuting possibly the biggest case New York has ever seen, possibly. Where's her time? How is she overseeing any of these things? It begs a good question. When you put yourself in the weeds, and I'm not saying there isn't a time and a place to do that, but when you do that, you risk missing some really big picture things. So who's actually running things? It's an interesting. Now I could break down each division, go into administration division and go, the Administrative Services Bureau, the Budget and Fiscal Management Bureau, I could go through all that, but look, I'm not going to bore you to death with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to Letitia James. This is her and her own words. I want you to pay attention, not because I'm not here to slander her. Like I said before, I don't know if she's a good person or not a good person. What I do know is she sucks at her job, because I just read the description to you and she's not doing those things. But I'm an outsider. I'm not an insider. Okay. So, I mean, maybe y'all are happy with what's going on there. I don't know. But let me share some stuff with you. Oh, this is going to get fun, folks. I hope if you're not watching on Rumble or YouTube, you probably are going to need to check this out, but you'll be able to hear it. It'll be good. What I'm going to show you on this one is a clip from Rumble. It's a super short clip. This, by the way, was happening before she was the Attorney General. All right. So that's the timeline.
What is fueling my soul right now is Trump.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day, suing him, and then going home.
He said I know my name personally.
Okay. Does that sound like somebody who is interested in justice or is interested in vengeance? Pretty clear. All right. No, but I know that was on Rumble, folks, because y'all are smart. You're watching this, right? This is CNN. Are you ready? Listen to this.
I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president. He should be charged with obstructing justice. I believe that the president of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
I will be shining a bright light into every dark corner of his real estate dealings. And every dealing demanding truthfulness at every turn.
Would those comments have any legal basis for a dismissal here?
I don't know about a dismissal. I'm very, very troubled by them. I think they're completely unethical. I think it's, I actually have spoken with a fellow who's written a book on prosecutorial misconduct, and he's assured me he's going to include a chapter next time on the kinds of statements that are appropriate ethically and inappropriate ethically in the course of an election campaign for elected officials, for judges and prosecutors. I think they're very troubling comments. The government is held to a different standard, and the public generally believes that when they say something that it's accurate.
Okay, folks, what did you hear? Come on, give it to me. And like, this is good stuff. What did you just hear? What I heard was there is somebody campaigning to target a person. But here's the problem. Y'all probably aren't seeing it yet, folks. You aren't seeing it. I have a twist that's coming up that's going to just blow your flipping mind. Boom, gone. It's going to blow your mind because Letitia James may not actually be the problem. All right, so hang on with me. All right, I got more. There's more. Yes, there's more. All right, watch this one. Oh, by the way, that one was CNN, folks. Friggin' CNN. Oh my goodness, folks.
As we just said, State Attorney General Letitia James has officially entered the race for governor of New York.
I've spent my career guided by a simple principle: stand up to the powerful on behalf of the vulnerable.
James is a longtime figure in New York City politics. She made her announcement on Twitter and in this YouTube video. She's challenging Governor Kathy Hochul, who's serving out the rest of former Governor Cuomo's term, and is running for her own 4-year term. As we just...
What did you hear there, folks? Earlier, I said, pay attention to something. I told you to pay attention to something, right? What did I tell you to pay attention to? The office of the governor. The attorney, first of all, she didn't get it, but she was running for a political office. So here's my question for you folks. Is she the attorney general or is she a politician? She did that a year ago. That video by CBS New York was 1 year old. 1 year. That's why I know she sucks at her job. I hope you're tracking, but just in case you're not, I'm going to make it abundantly clear how much she sucks at her job. You ready? Because this one is going to blow your mind. Gourd gone. Absolutely gourd gone. Because when I found this, I was like, what? I cannot believe this is like a real thing. What in the world? But it's a real thing, folks. Now, give you some background now that you can see what's happening here is you're looking at Donald Trump. This was released to CBS News, but this was recorded by the Office of the Attorney General. Means Letitia James is responsible for its release. She is responsible for its release. Or the Office of the Attorney General is responsible for its release, right? Because it does say, what, August of 2022. August, that's a year ago, folks. How do I know she sucks at her job? When this was released, let me see if I can get a date for you here. I cannot get a date for you. At least 8 months ago or thereabouts. Okay, so what does that mean? In 2023. In 2023, folks. So, watch, learn.
Finally, this investigation is confidential. We request that you not discuss this matter. Your testimony here today and any documents that you have produced or may produce in connection with today's testimony with anyone other than your attorneys. Do you understand that, sir?
No. When you say confidential, we're not allowed to talk about this to the press, or?
Correct.
I believe what she
Sorry.
means is what happened in this room, the details of what happened in this room.
Okay.
Obviously,
It's okay with me.
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened, yes, but not the details.
Okay.
Neither you nor anyone acting on your behalf has the right to obtain a copy of the transcript of your testimony here today from the reporter. And neither you nor Veritex are permitted to release copies of the transcript to anyone other than representatives of this office, the Office of the Attorney General. Extensive note-taking or any attempt to create a transcript of the proceedings here by you or your attorneys is not authorized and will not be permitted. Are you...
Folks, what did you hear? Please tell me you heard it. The Office of the Attorney General is 100 solely responsible for this video being released. Folks, if you don't see it now, then you're never going to see it. You just won't. Why? Because you are purposely being ignorant. Which brings me to what I really need to tell you. New York, my brothers and sisters, my friends, my people who are voters just like me in New York, you all suck at your job. Oh, twist. Here's the twist, folks. I told you I was going to give you a perspective that would allow you to change the way we're polarizing and dividing the country. Letitia James got into this position because citizens voted for things that put her in the position to be in this position. It's you, folks, that suck at your job. It may not even be her fault at all. She has an agenda. She's targeting a person. It's the police state. I don't care what you call it, folks. She sucks at her job. But more importantly, you suck at your job. I know I'm coming at you hard. I get it. And some of you are going to be like, wow, I can't do this anymore. You suck, Jeremiah. I know. But from a clinical perspective, folks, I have to give you my point. Clinically, sometimes coming at you soft is not clinically sound practice. So let me explain the social science behind it. I want to make a compelling appeal to you based on social science that you got to do better and I got to do better. We, the citizens, have to do better. Or we're just going to keep inviting this same crap. Here's the political game. Dems win, Republicans win. Dems lose, Republicans lose. Both win, both lose. That's the political game they're playing. And I'm telling you, as citizens, don't play that game. Don't play that game. It's a stupid game. And we don't have to. Our Constitution, our forefathers had enough wisdom to understand that a three-part government, legislative, executive, and judicial, dispersed the power better and kept us all safer from overreach, from the targeting of a person like Letitia James is doing, the police state. They were smart enough to see this. Now, did they get everything right? No. There's no such thing as 3/5 of a person. You're a citizen or you're not a citizen, period. The whole race thing that was going on at the time was messed up. There's other things that were messed up too. We ended up in a civil war for things. But they got this part right, folks. If you add a third right now. I know I'm big deal. I'm presenting. If you add a third party to the room, you have the Dems, you have the Republicans, you have a third party. It diffuses power. It increases accountability. It muddies the working area, making our politicians have to work harder, which is good because they're friggin' lazy, folks. Because we voted a bunch of lazy people in there who are just looking for a way to maintain their financial status and their power. It clarifies morality. Why? Because there's somebody there with another vantage point. But most importantly, folks, it makes sure there's always a mediator present. How do you mediate the two polarized opposites that we are being told, the Democrats and the Republicans? How do you mediate that as a citizen if we don't get somebody in the room who says, hold on, I'm not going to vote with you until I understand what's going to be best for our people? We need a mediator in the room. And right now, we don't have it. We have the extreme Republicans and the extreme Democrats going further and further and further from each other to pull harder and harder. It's a friggin' tug of war. But if you add a third party, all of a sudden, we have to look at the terrain differently. So maybe, from a social science perspective, maybe a third party wouldn't be so bad. Maybe it would benefit you and me and everybody else to have a mediator in the room. It's something to think about, folks. Do I know it's going to work? I mean, look, it could create it could create allying the Democrats and the Republicans together just to eliminate the third party. Well, maybe they'd work together. I mean, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? It could create a scenario where the Democrats and Republicans come together and they say, nope, we can't have this. Well, maybe that's better too. Maybe at least get them to work on something together, because right now they don't want to work with each other on anything. And who pays the price, folks? Citizens do. You do. I do. Because we get wrapped up in it emotionally. And then what do? Then what do, folks? We vote in people who are politicians into jobs that are not political. And they suck at their job. That's what happens, folks. Hey, I told you what I was going to give you. I gave you what I was going to give you. If you like it, great. If you don't, I don't care. I'm trying to help you see that we have to think outside the box. I hope this helps with that. And I really do. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate our audience a lot, so we give you some simple ways to track us down. Please like, subscribe, and follow all the podcasts on different platforms, but you can also email us at healthyperspectives@protonmail.com, or you can check out our website at healthy-perspectives.com/podcast. It's a backward slash. So if you want to go to our landing page, if you go to healthy-perspectives.com, you'll still find us. You just got to click on the podcast button. Thank you so much.